Hey Lombard, can we help this retiree downsize from a 4-bedroom home to a 2-bedroom ranch?
She's your guide through it all. Ask Amy, ask away. Real estate made easy every day. Ask Amy, here to say the home of your dreams is just a chat away.
Welcome back to Ask Amy. Today we're going to hear from Bob.
Hi, Amy. This is Bob Kowalski. I'm a retired teacher, 71 years old, and I lost my wife 2 years ago. I've been living in our big 4-bedroom house in Naperville, and it's just too much for me now. My kids keep telling me to downsize, and they're right. I'm living on my pension and Social Security, and I'm looking for something smaller and easier to manage. I'm thinking maybe a ranch or a first-floor condo. My knees aren't what they used to be, so I really need to avoid stairs if possible. I'm looking to stay in the area. Where would you suggest I look for a nice, quiet community with other folks my age?
Well, Bob, I'm going to be honest here. I sold my big 4-bedroom house 14 years ago, actually more than that, and I've been looking for that ranch ever since. And there just aren't that many of them. So you might be better off with a condo. So I guess it depends on exactly what you're looking for. Are you willing to do work, updates? Are you looking for a certain type of floor plan? Because I'm ultra picky. So if you're not ultra picky, then it might work out where you can get a small ranch. The other is, what community? Do you want to stay in Naperville? Are you willing to move to another town? Maybe your house is already paid off or there's quite a bit of equity. And so you'll either be a cash buyer, maybe have to take out a small mortgage. And if that's the case, there's a lot of choices for communities for you. So there are first floor condos in the area. It just depends on what you need. For instance, I have a first floor condo listing right now. They do have a washer and dryer in the unit, but no garage. So I need to know exactly what amenities you need within that condo so that we can help put you in the right place. If you're definitely looking for a 55 and older community, we're going to have to go a little further west. But then there are some condos that have a lot of older people living there. They're not necessarily 55 and older, so you're going to have a variety because anybody can buy, but they tend to attract the older clientele. So we just have to see, what is it you need, and then how much are you going to net from your home, and then what community is it that you want to be in. So another thing to think about is, so you have this big home in Naperville, and where did your kids end up, and do you want to get closer to any of them? Because that might be helpful as well. So a 4-bedroom house in Naperville, honestly, they're all over the place, because is it a 4-bedroom split level? Is it a 4-bedroom 2-story? When was it last updated? How many square feet is it? What neighborhood is it in? Is it sitting on a busy street like Naperville Road? Those things all come into me determining a value of your home. So unfortunately, we can't really do that without me seeing the house. Like, you can go on Zillow and get a Zestimate, and those are just algorithms, but they're going to take all the houses that have sold in the area and put it together into a number, where the difference between that and me coming out and giving you a value is I'm only going to pull comps that are like yours. So then we know this is the value of your home, with all of the pluses and minuses that you have to offer. Everybody's different as far as whether we should sell first or buy first. If you have the financial means to buy first at 71 years old, that's what I would recommend, because we don't want you to have to move twice. If it's possible for you to buy first we should know how much your house is worth. That's where we should start. Then we find you a place to live. Once we find you a place to live and determine that you can afford to do so without selling your home, that's the easiest way to do it, and probably the least stressful, if you have the money. If you have any other questions or you would like to talk to me direct, please reach out and let me know. I'd be happy to answer all your questions or meet with you in person to help you determine the value of your home, so you know how you can move forward getting yourself a ranch. If you have any questions, call the number below, leave me a message, and I'll answer your questions in a future episode. I'm Amy Pecoraro, Realtor, 4th generation Lombardian, and I know this area inside and out.